What's going on, guys? Riley here. Today we are doing something very fun that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and that is we are visiting a place called VIPER Exchange. And essentially, it is a Viper paradise for sales and service on those magnificent beasts we call Vipers. So we're currently just a couple minutes away, so I'm very excited for this video. I don't know what exactly is going to happen today, but I'm sure it'll be good when there's Vipers involved. So let's check it out. Look at all these dadgum Mopars. I think I'm in the right spot. Well, if you guys have been around the channel for a while, you'll know that I get very excited anytime the word Viper is mentioned. So I think today is going to be a good day for me, considering we're at a place called VIPER Exchange, as well as BJ Motors. Now this place is in Tomball, Texas. It's like this hidden little gym that's like 20 minutes away from my house that I never really knew was here. Or I knew it was here, but I never knew what was actually here. So today we're gonna find out what's here, and I think that it's gonna be pretty interesting. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead, walk inside. We'll meet some of the guys here, check out the shop, and check out what inventory they have. But of course, I had to park right in front of a Viper because, you know, Hellcats in front of Vipers, ha ha ha, not really.
Hey, bud, how are you?
Just the man I wanted to see. Andy, how's it going?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm excited. This should be fun.
Yeah, welcome to the shop.
So Andy, this is YouTube. This is Andy.
There you guys.
So do you want to go ahead and just, I guess, introduce yourself and say a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, so my name's Andy Wheeler. I'm the Performance Division Lead here at VIPER Exchange. So we are the largest Viper dealer in the world and have been for probably the last, gosh, I think 8 or 9 years or so. So with Viper going away this year, we've been moving a lot of cars. We've sold, I think, around 204 Vipers this year alone. So it's been a busy year, so I manage all of our performance and service business here. So we offer everything from heads and cam packages, active suspensions, active exhaust for Viper. We're developing some new stuff for Hellcat, especially on the suspension side. But this is kind of where it all happens.
So Andy and I kind of met, I guess, on Instagram, out of all places, and then officially met at Cars and Coffee when I was checking out his Viper.
We're nerds.
And you know, of course, I'm the guy who's walking up to a Viper, just, you know, staring at it all in love. And you know, he came over and he was like, "Hey," and so that's how we met. But currently, he's in his SRT 10 Viper truck. So how's that treating you?
It's an 06. So it rides like a 2006. But no, it's fun. I love that truck. It's great.
They are fun. They're very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Like, you know, they tow exceptionally well. It's
really?
The 2500 frame, if you get an extended cab back in the day, and it's, you know, the automatic, it tows really well. So I love it for taking cars back and forth to the track.
Huh. All right, so behind this door, I hear we have some fun things. Let's check it out.
So go ahead.
So this, I guess, is the shop?
Yeah. So this is our little shop. It's not real big, but we probably process more cars, especially Vipers, in and out of this. You know, literally a one-man shop than, you know, any other, you know, Viper shop in the country. I mean, we've just always got cars in here, and it's some of the most unique Vipers, you know, ever made. This is the Purple Medusa that was at SEMA, I guess, like, you know, 4 years ago. And this here, we've got a 92 Viper here that was a one-owner 92 Viper. First year they made them. And this car's been sitting in South Houston its entire life, and we never even knew it was in town. So it's having a little, you know, idle issue with it. So we're checking fuel pressure, doing the usual things, see if the old fuel pump is up to spec. This is Alex Corbin's car. It's get a heads and cam package here with us, Sneaky Snakes. I know a lot of people know it on Instagram and the Viper forum specifically, but you know, Alex has been a great customer of ours for a long time, and you know, he happens to have the bolt-on Viper quarter-mile record.
Really?
And so I want him to go out there and beat my quarter-mile record for heads and cam Vipers. So we had that blue car that went 995, and I want to see him go 980 or something. So
very cool.
Yeah, so we're going over it and gonna get that back to him pretty soon.
So I was just talking to Andy off camera, and one of the cool things that he was telling me is that, you know, you can actually take your car here, whether it's a, you know, a Scat Pack or a Hellcat or a Viper, whatever it is, and you can get, you know, an oil change done here, warranty work. You know, they do basic dealership repairs and functions.
So the dealership is right there, and then our shop is, you know, it's within walking distance. But what we decided to do was to create, you know, more of an upscale environment for our customers that had sports cars, muscle cars, mostly the SRT vehicles. I mean, they can bring their daily truck here if they want. But we were starting to do performance work on Viper, and a lot of our Viper customers had Hellcats, they had SRT8 Jeeps, and they all, like Morgan, everybody wanted the Viper Tech to work on their stuff. And so we created our own private shop here on site. Doesn't cost you any more to come here. It's capable of doing all the same warranty functions that the main dealership is. And we do it all where you can just, you call me on my cell, set up an appointment, so you don't have to wait in line, and you're not sure who's going to work on your car or things like that. So it's been a really good model. I mean, our customers like it. They've been coming back to the dealership more and more for things like general maintenance, whether it's performance work, general maintenance, track prep. We do a lot of corner balancing, alignments for track guys, but it's been a really nice change. We can keep the cars secure back here. We've got extra security. We store them inside at night. We've got the upstairs vault that you'll probably see later. We keep them here in the shop. This is also where we start the build process on the Force One V10.
Cool.
So this little shop does a lot.
All right, so I'm now finding myself suspended in the air on a lift with Andy, and apparently he's taking me to a place called the VIPER Vault behind those doors. So let's check it out. All right. Well, my goodness. Well, if this isn't your ideal garage, I don't know what is. Wow. So, just, wow.
This right here, this is one of the cars that actually ran at the Nurburgring. This is not the car that went 701. This is one of the 703 cars.
So now you mentioned this is the Nurburgring car. So can you talk a little bit about what went into making the VIPER ACR Nurburgring record?
Mm-hmm. Sure, so both of those cars, we've got this one here, and I'll show you the other one in a little bit. Both those cars started life here. I mean, I remember we actually came up and picked two of them out one day right from here in Tomball, Texas, of all places. And the whole, the way that all went down is, Chrysler was not involved, Fiat was not involved with the record attempt, so it ended up being a crowd-funded and a crowdsourced event. Morgan and I prepped the cars here before they ever left, and when I say prep, it's mostly just, we put in the roll cages. It was a production car lap record, so I mean, obviously you can't change anything with the performance of the vehicle, but from a safety perspective, it's always been acceptable to add cages and a race seat just for driver safety, which they ended up needing. So, we're really glad that we did it. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this is one of the two cars that went over there. I think the fastest this car went was 703, and then this car lost the diff at the very end of the of that last day, and then the other car is the one that went 701 that we'll show you a little bit.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it's just kind of hanging out up here, and big piece of VIPER history, and it'll leave here when the other car's repaired. Both cars are going to the same collection, I believe.
It's so cool how you guys, just left it exactly how it was in Germany. I mean, what else do we have in this room? Obviously, there's a lot of very nice Vipers, but what's different about them?
Right, so just in terms of the cars we've got up here right now, we've got a mix of some pre-owned vehicles that are either sold or waiting for performance work, and we've also got some new cars. Obviously we've got one of the last GTSRs here. This was a 100-run vehicle that was done in 2017 only as a final edition ACR Extreme. We've got one of those there. We've got actually a Tomball Dodge dealer edition next to it. First year 92 Viper over there, supercharged Gen 3 cars getting some work done. We've got a final edition snakeskin edition. Take a look at the stripes. They're all hand painted. The scales there from Prefix Corporation that paints all these Vipers.
So now this is the normal ACR theme. You have the black center stripe and the red off-center stripe, but how is this one with a green off-center stripe?
Right, so this one was done through the GTC 101 program. And so, Chrysler, I'm sure, if you're a car guy, you might have heard about it. The way that it works is Chrysler did kind of a bespoke program where if you wanted to create any Viper, whether it was a base SRT all the way up to an ACR Extreme, you could basically option it and spec it any way you wanted, to the point where nobody else could order it the exact same way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so you ended up getting some really, you know, funky combinations out there. You saw some pink Vipers earlier this year and last year, and then but then you saw some really interesting ones that you probably never would have seen if they didn't allow people to do this type of stuff, whereas this one just works. You know, I'm a big fan of this.
Well, I would say the Viper Vault did not disappoint. Now let's go check out the wrecked Nurburgring car. So this car lapped the Nurburgring in 7 minutes and 1 second, which is incredibly fast. I believe it's like maybe the 5th fastest production car to ever lap the Nurburgring. It is the first place as far as a rear-wheel drive, naturally aspirated, manually shifted car, which is just incredible. But unfortunately, it was a crash, I guess, on the last attempt. And what exactly failed?
The car had gone 701, so we went out and did a hot lap and on lap. I'm sorry, went out and did an on lap, and then we did our second hot lap there, and the car goes 701. Starts the next lap because we were really trying to get the car to go 659, 658, somewhere in there. And I want to say like halfway through the lap, we lost a front tire.
Ooh.
So we lost a front tire at speed. It was like at 160 or 70 miles an hour. And so the car, and there's a documentary coming out so people will be able to see what actually happened. You know, the car literally, it just starts to skate over into the grass, and then it loses it and comes back over, and it was a big hit. So, you know, unfortunately that kind of ended the run at that point. But the good news is that, you know, both of those cars were purchased, and the guy that bought them wants it repaired. So he doesn't want the frame replaced. He doesn't, you know, he wants it repaired, the original frame and everything. So it's a huge undertaking to try to get something like this back on the road with the original frame. I mean, it's got a lot of damage to it.
Right. Wow.
I mean, the good news is that it didn't get it didn't get crushed or anything.
Right.
You know, it's disappointing to kind of see it like this, and I was kind of hoping that whoever bought it would leave it the way that it was in its wrecked, you know, format. But you know, at least this way, this car will actually be, you know, it's going to run again. So.
All right. So Andy was saying that behind that door now, there's some fun things.
Yeah,
so
probably stuff nobody would ever know is in Tomball, Texas.
Maybe a couple Corollas.
Yeah, it's a Camry. It's a Camry collection.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah, come on in.
Well, that doesn't look like a Camry.
Welcome to BJ Motors.
So this is BJ Motors, which is adjacent to Viper Exchange, and oh my goodness, there's a lot of colorful cars in here.
That's right.
Wow. Okay, I don't even know where to begin. All right, well, considering I have no idea where to begin, do you want to maybe just talk about what all is in here and what this is?
Yeah, so this is BJ Motors. This is this business is owned by Bernie Katz, who manages all of our sales here. And this is all of our pre-owned Viper inventory, pre-owned exotics. You know, everything from Ford GTs. We actually had the last prototype 05 Ford GT here. The only one that got a VIN that could be driven legally on the street. So when you would open the owner's manual for the Ford GT, that was the car that was in the owner's manual. So we had that car. We had, you know, that we just sold, you know, that car recently, the Viper Competition Coupe that was on the cover of all the Viper magazines back in the day. You know, the Nurburgring Vipers that we just took to Germany are being sold through here. The 2016 ACRs that set all the North American track records that Chrysler did, those cars both came through here and were sold through this dealership as well. I mean, you've got everything from, you know, race cars, Challenge Ferraris. We've got a, you know, a CSX chassis 427 Shelby Cobra back there. It's a continuation car. All the way to, you know, you've got the 98 GTSR Viper down here that's got like 100 miles on it, really never driven.
Just a little bit of everything.
It does. I mean, he does a really good job with, you know, you've got stuff from like this 392, you know, Hemi Challenger back here. You know, we've got some nice Mustangs all the way up to race cars and some of the higher end exotics. So.
And then on the back wall, we have all the SUVs and trucks.
Yeah.
So.
Look at the 92s. I mean, good luck ever, you know, these days finding 4 92 Vipers in one place like this.
That was the first year for Viper, right?
Year, very rare. I mean, you know, they made a little over 200 examples. You know, you figure some of those cars were exported, some of them have been crashed, some of them are still in, you know, in collections that were never titled. So there's probably only about, you know, maybe 160 or so viable examples in the world.
There's 4.
Yeah, there's 4 right there, and they're all just, you know, immaculate.
Well, if that wasn't a cool tour of a Viper facility, I don't know what is. And, well, at least the Hellcat still sounds good. But seriously, a really cool place, and it's so cool that this, you know, this building right here, Viper Exchange and BJ Motors, is literally right next to Tomball Dodge in Tomball, Texas, which is like the northwest side of Houston. So for those of you Houston locals who want, you know, people that actually know, you know, really what they're doing, you don't want just Joe Schmo messing with your car, this is a great place to go. And you know, I knew it was here. I didn't know exactly what they did or what it was like, but you know, getting to see it today, as well as you guys getting to see it today, I think it's now my new home for any type of work I need done on this thing. And it's pretty cool that it's, you know, right in my neck of the woods. All right, well, unfortunately I forgot to film a proper outro when I was ending this video, but I just wanted to go ahead and make this outro to say thank you so much to Andy for, you know, letting me take a tour of their facility, filming it, posting this YouTube video. I mean, what an awesome day that was, and I really am thankful for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to smash the thumbs up button, and hopefully we can convince Andy to bring his Viper out next time, and we can maybe take that thing out for a little spin. And yeah, just what an awesome day. So for all of you Viper enthusiasts that made it this far in the video, thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Take it easy.